Hello guys, and welcome to today's project of making salted egg yolk custard buns. The ingredient list is in the description. This is one of our favorite things to eat. Let's start with the filling. You'll need to get some salted duck egg yolks. I managed to get some frozen yolks from my local Asian grocery shop in the freezer section. If you're not able to get just the yolks, you can always use fresh salted duck eggs. Place 9 yolks in a small bowl. Like I said, if you don't have the frozen kind, you can use the fresh kind. Just separate the white part from the yolks. Whether it's frozen or fresh, we have to cook them. The easiest way to cook them is to steam them. The next thing you'll need is a bamboo steamer. Since I'm Asian, of course, I have one of those. Place the bowl with the yolks into the bamboo steamer. We're going to steam the yolks for 10 minutes. After the timer goes off, take the yolks off from the heat. We are going to process the yolks while they're still hot and soft. We do not want to let them cool down, otherwise they'll be hard to process. Place the yolks in a food processor and pour in 90 grams of full-fat milk. Blend that on high for a couple of seconds. And then you can put in 150 grams of butter. As you are blending it, it may not look smooth, but it will get there. Next, pour in 15 grams of custard powder and 150 grams of caster sugar. Blend and scrape the sides every time you pour in a new ingredient. The smoothness is getting there, and it also is starting to become shiny. Next, pour in 90 grams of milk powder and blend. This is the last ingredient to add in. If you do not have a food processor, you can use a pestle and mortar to make the yolks smooth first. Just keep grinding and it will become a smooth paste. The process is pretty much the same. Just make sure the butter is at room temperature when doing this with the pestle and mortar. When you're doing it with a food processor, the butter can be cold. And then add in all the other dry ingredients. Now we can do the molding process. Take a piping bag and place the mixture in. It looks so good right now. What a rich yellow color. You know it's good when it's completely smooth with no lumps. Here I have a silicone mold that makes 15 half spheres. This recipe is perfect for making 15 buns. Take your time to fill the molds, making sure that all the cavities are filled properly. Because the mixture is soft and runny, it makes it easy to fill the molds. We want all the buns to be the same. This part can be prepared ahead of time. After you are done, place a piece of baking paper on the top. Place the mold in the freezer and wait for about 24 hours. In the meantime, while waiting for the filling to set, do check out my other videos. A link for this will be on the top right corner. The next day. Let's check on the filling. It's nice and hard. Peel back the baking paper. Look at that, a perfect half sphere. Just to show you the weight of each filling, one weighs about 30 grams, plus or minus a couple of grams here and there. Just remember that. We are going to demold the filling. You can go ahead and use back the same paper as the underliner for the tray. Take all of them out. After you have demolded all the fillings, place it back in the freezer for later. Now we can go ahead and make the dough because I want you to enjoy a salted egg yolk custard bun on the same day. Take your mixing bowl and place in 520 grams of plain white flour, 52 grams of caster sugar, 8 grams of table salt. Give that a mix. Next goes in 8 grams of baking powder. Give that another mix. Place that to one side for now. Now for the wet ingredients. Warm up 320 grams of full-fat milk to about 24 degrees Celsius. Pour in 7 grams of instant yeast. We pour the yeast into the milk to hydrate it, instead of pouring the yeast into the dry ingredients. Give that a mix. Next, pour in 20 grams of cooking oil. Give that another mix and then pour all of that into the dry ingredients. Now we're going to take a dough hook and start mixing the dough. Mix it on medium speed. Mix it for at least 6 minutes. Take the dough out from the mixer and place it on your work surface. We basically want to form it into a ball. Take the dough from either corner and fold from the bottom towards the middle. Do this about 8 times or until you come back to the point from where you started. Then, with your 2 hands, or if you have big hands like me, roll the dough to form a smooth surface. Roll it until you are satisfied. Touch the dough to feel the bounce. This is what we're looking for. At this point, take the dough temperature. We are at about 26 degrees Celsius. This is a good reference for yourself when doing this in the future and knowing the points to look out for. This is all just a reference for you to juggle when is right for the next step. Cover the dough with cling film and let it rest for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes. So remember how each filling weighed about 30 grams? I like a 1/3 filling ratio to bun. So the dough has to weigh 60 grams, making the entire bun 90 grams, 30 grams of filling and 60 grams for dough. Now is when you can start to portion out the dough. After you have weighed out all the dough, we can then roll them into balls. Grab the corners and pull it towards the center until you have come to the point from where you started. The principles for rolling them into small balls is similar to rolling it like the big ball. Roll with your fingertips into a ball. Once you have made them all into balls, place some cling film over and allow to rest for 15 minutes. Don't worry if the balls aren't perfect. I have decided to use cupcake liners to line the base of my buns instead of baking paper because I think cupcake liners looks pretty for me. Now comes the fun part of assembling. Take a dough ball and turn it smooth side down. Press down a little and now using the base of your palm, press down firmly the outer edge. Press and turn, avoiding pressing too much in the middle. What we are looking for is about twice the circumference of when we started. The other thing to look out for is that we want it to have a dome in the middle. You can press more of the dough to get there. Not to worry, you have at least 14 other dough balls to practice with. Take your time, and once you are happy, take out 1/2 sphere filling from the freezer and with the dome side, place that down. Press firmly to secure it in place. Now take out a little bit of dough from each side and turn the ball as you go. Make sure that every dough piece that you're pulling towards the middle eventually seals the bottom. Now, with a pinching and twisting motion, pinch the dough to really secure the bottom. This is very important to avoid any leaks. We don't want that delicious custard to leak out from the bottom. After it looks rather flat, turn the dough right side up again and with your palm, in a twisting motion, spin the dough to make it rather round to give it that nice finished look. Here is my collection of ready rolled buns. Once you have done all of them, place them on a tray and loosely wrap them with cling film. Place them in a warm enough location. We want them to rise to about nearly double the size. Mine took about nearly 2 hours. It all depends on the temperature of the location you have them while they're trying to rise up. After they have risen up, take out your bamboo steamer tray and place a few in them. Don't crowd them up too much while they're steaming. My bamboo steamer can only fit 4 at one time. Steam it on medium to high heat for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, take them out from the heat. Take a wire rack and allow to cool for at least 1 minute. I do this for 2 reasons. One, to avoid the bottom from going wet and soggy. The other reason is that it's too hot to eat straight away, even though I just want to pop one in my mouth right now. Just take a look at that, nice and smooth shiny surface. None of that custard leaked out, which I'm happy for. Alright, let's try one. Peel back the paper. Oh my god. Just look at that luscious, rich, creamy custard oozing out right there. This is what I'm talking about. It's so good. Just the right amount of saltiness and custard milky flavor along with that soft steamed bun. Come on, you need to make this. Also, you see this custard right here? I'm not letting that go to waste. Just so you know, I am squeezing this custard bun just for you to see the consistency. And there you have it, salted egg yolk custard buns. As usual guys, it was a pleasure having you with me on this journey today. If you enjoyed what you watched, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to be notified of upcoming videos, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.